Should you learn history or should you research or learn history? I say you should learn history. I think the reason you should learn history is because you don't repeat history. You don't repeat events. You don't repeat history. You don't you don't repeat events or repeat history. And it's good to know. It's good to know where things came from, how things happened, and how things came to be. Like, it's good learning history so you know culture or culture, learn culture, or learn I where things came from, culture, ideas, and learn to appreciate the past, appreciate a sequence, appreciate where things came from, appreciate where things are, and appreciate where things, came from, have been, and other things. Also, you can appreciate or see patterns of things, seeing how things are, see how things currently are. You can maybe predict how things going to be because of things that came before, things of the past, things that came before and before of the past. Another thing to learn of history is like the language, where the language came from, where the language is now, where the language came to be, like like English and other languages, where they came from, where they came to be, and things like that. It's also good to learn food, where food came from, how food came to be, like keeping track of things, like recipes, like keeping track of things, like, say, recipes of food, keeping track of things. We know what to evolve from. We know what to go get off of. We know where to get information from. Big information from because of the past. We know what to do with these. We know we know what to add on to. If there's something that came before, we know what to add on to. That's one good reason to learn the past is we have the groundwork. We know where things came from. We have a starting point. We have a earlier starting point where things are, where things came from, and where ideas came from and are and build off of. Probably another reason to learn history is because you can appreciate the things that came before. You can appreciate history. You can appreciate things that came before, and appreciate culture and appreciate things that come before, or things that came before. You can appreciate that stuff, and things that came before, or things that have came before, and you can appreciate that stuff. Another reason to learn history is because you can adopt history in a new medium, adopt history in books. You can learn about it, or adopt history in movies or animations. Adopt it into a new medium. You can keep appreciating it. Some people will say the argument is, because some people might say, is why learn history that doesn't affect particular me in that mindset. Like, particular me in that mindset. Like, why learn something that doesn't affect me personally? I say can be a good argument, but it also affects things around you. Like, something that came in history affects a law, or affects culture, or affects socially how things are, why things are. That affects things. That affects things culturally. That affects things overall. And that's why things are the way they are because of what came before. So not learning why things are or why things come before is bad on your part because you don't know how things are if you don't know history that what came before of history of what things came before. That would be like bad or bad. That would be bad or bad on your part. Also, it could be like interesting. What I don't know what laws came before, or what failed, or what came before. I think that's interesting. What failed, or what came before. I think it's an interesting aspect of it, of what's closing or whatever came before. I think that's like interesting or fascinating. What came before? Why did it fail? Learn why it failed. Learn why something failed. Learn why something succeeded. And I think that's interesting. Learn why something failed and learn why something succeeded in doing like learn why something failed and why learn something succeeded in past in history. And I said before of the sequence of things, of like say food, the food and the sequence of things. Learn that, or learn why, how food the way it is, the ingredients of food, why food the way it is. Like learn that, why food is the way it is. Why is that? Why is food the way it is? Where did it come from? The history of ingredients, the history of why did it come, why did it go, and have, why did it do like of ingredients and combinations, along with that of culture, because food can come, because history of food can come with culture, or come with culture, or learn different things of that culture through either learning the way it is, because if we just cut off things and not learn history, then it's gonna affect the current, it's gonna affect the present, and it's gonna affect the future. Like why things come to be, why things are. If you don't know why things are, why things came to be, or a pattern or a sequence of things, then you don't know why things are and why things happen, why things are the way they are, and why things are the way they happened. I think it's failed on your part, or whoever watching this or listening to this video, failed on your part or failed on somebody else's part to not learn something that came before. Because if you cut off something, everything has a cutoff point. Everything has a cutoff point. But if you just cut everything off and not, if you just cut everything, but if you just cut everything off and not learn what came before, and just strictly cut everything off and go forward, you're not gonna learn anything, either culturally wise, not gonna learn anything why things are the way they are, including like culture-wise, politics, or other, learn things the way they are and not live in ignorance.